Everyone, Mike Lindstrom here. Check in. Wanted to hit this topic. Very important. We talk so much in sales about the power of questions. So there's this acronym that we've talked about. You've heard about. I trained about it. I learned this, 23 years ago from my own mentor, Anthony Robbins used to teach this. It's an acronym, BEND, B-E-N-D, WIMP, W-I-M-P. It's actually a lost art. I talked to a lot of my old sales trainers, and people have kind of forgot about the actual acronym. It's evolved itself. I actually evolved it into what I call the 8 areas of curiosity. And I've tweaked the letters just a little bit, but I want to go through it because it's very important. When I'm talking about being a separator in consulting, in sales, this is the big part of it. How do you become a separator is not just by doing the little things, the little habits, right? Getting up early, doing your follow-ups, the behaviors that we do day in, day out that most people are not willing to do. That's true. But in the power of the question, the intel gathering, and the actual interaction itself, very important. So let's go through them. So you have beliefs, uncovering their beliefs about you, about your company, about the world, about sales, about the economy, about politics, whatever their beliefs are. By asking simple questions like, say, hey, what do you think about what's going on with our business? What do you think about that article that came out about the financial industry? What do you think about that? They're going to offer up their belief systems. So the important part of gathering this information, obviously, is note-taking, right? What's written is real. Taking notes and gathering it, putting it into another place, a CRM, a database. I use Google Notes. So anytime I extract the 8 areas of curiosity on the individual, it goes into their profile. Dating way back. I've got BEND WIMP questions from years and years ago when I first met the person in a coaching role or in a consultative role. So beliefs, very important starting point. Everyone's got beliefs. Remember, beliefs drive behaviors. Second, evaluate. How do they evaluate success or failure? How do they evaluate you and what you're doing as a consultant? How do they evaluate their own success or failure? How do they evaluate failure and success around money, in sales, income? Everyone's got a barometer of how they measure success and failure. Asking probative questions to find out their evaluation process, very important. Third, needs. What are their needs? What do they need from you? What do they need in business? In general, they have, human needs, but these are business needs. Hey, if we're going to have a relationship, how often should I communicate with you? What's the best way to communicate with you? Text, email, phone call? What are their communication needs? Very simple questions, but often overlooked. You're level setting, you're getting rapport with somebody by asking these questions. They're giving you a blueprint for success on how to interact with them, right? So needs. Fourth is D, desires. I call goals, right? Goals, aspirations. Goals and aspirations. What are their goals for the year? Where do they see themselves in 3 years? How's their team going to do things differently this year? Anything that you can ask that's future-based, that gets their future on the table around their goals, the specific and the measurables, very important to do. People all have goals. They may not talk about it, but getting the people to open up it creates a different level of conversation with them. All right. W, wounds. Wounds are like pain points. You often hear this. These are fears, concerns about business, what keeps them up at night, what are stressed about in their business. What was the biggest thing in the last quarter that was not great? These will be wounding-based questions. Remember, sales is an emotional sport. There's logical reasons and emotional reasons people buy. Helping people understand their pains by expressing it. They get to hear themselves talk. And by the way, you now know their pain points for future use. So wounds. I is interest. What are their interests outside of work? Mostly it's going to be family, hobbies. It could be golf. It could be they're in the city choir. I heard that once. They play softball every Wednesday night with their buddies. These are things they do outside of work, getting to humanize them. We see them at this big bad title, but we don't think about the things outside of work. So interest, very important to dig into. The M, mentors. Who are their mentors? Who do they look up to? Who got them into the business? What do they learn from those mentors? A very great set of questions that most people don't ask. Again, separating yourself from most people. Mentors. And the last one is P, and that's proud of. Proud of. Everyone's got something they're proud of. It's always going to be like something they did. It's going to be their kids. It's going to be the accomplishments. It's going to be their business. They had their best year last year. Get them opening up about their things they're proud of. I mean, gosh, those last two in and of themselves, interest and what they're proud of. That's a great conversation. even in a business context. Now, if you're not comfortable asking these questions, just pre-frame. Let them know up front that you're going to be asking these questions. Say something like this. Hey, John, I prepared some questions in advance of this meeting. I'm a really curious person. I take a lot of notes, and what you say is very important. I think this is a relationship game, and I want to get to know who you are about your business. And otherwise, the way you're comfortable sharing, I will take it. So I have a couple questions for you. Pause. They lean in, and they often will say, hey, go ahead. Shoot, go ahead. Everyone's favorite topic is what? Themselves. Getting people to talk about themselves, taking these notes. These are gold nuggets to be used for future use. Very important. BENDWIMP, 8 areas of curiosity. Create your own eight areas and your own questions per, and you'll have your own question sets you'll use for the rest of your business career. Good luck.